regardless, it's up to me.
که هر جور شده باید بری. بعد طبق تحقیقات ما اونجا همه چی ریخته، یعنی پول ریخته. شما فقط باید دلاشی جمع کنی. کیس ازدواج ریخته، فقط شما باید انتخاب کنی. بعد زیبایی I'm feeling good.
You're the most jealous woman I know.
So I'm here. My cousin, she got a new car, and I'm literally like, mashallah, I love your car, mashallah, and all the family is here looking at the car, you see? And I'm like, mashallah, mashallah, and she's like, what are you saying? I'm like, mashallah, it's like for evil eye, you know, to protect. And she's like, oh my God, yeah, mashallah. I'm like, yeah, mashallah. So
I'm looking for a man in finance, trust fund, 6'5", blue eyes. Finance, trust fund, 6'5", blue eyes. Finance, trust fund, 6'5", blue eyes.
No, shoot about eyes.
Ethereum, Solana, Avalanche, Tron, and Phantom. You hear these names often in crypto, but likely have no clue what they are. You might own some tokens, or maybe you don't. But do you know what you bought? Most will say, yes, these are smart contract platforms. But what does that even mean? Let us explain. These base layer networks are like operating systems. You know how you have iOS and Android? Basically platforms on top of which you can use apps. Well, Ethereum, Solana, and the other base layers are exactly that. The only difference is that these are what we call decentralized. So instead of Apple or Google running the show, they are run for and by the people. The point of these base layers is to build a foundation on top of which thriving apps are built and used. The future is changing, and now you understand it.
از یک چند روزی از سر کارم اینجا همکار آلمانی خود دقت کرده استم سنش از بین 35 تا 40 سال و یک فرزند داره. قبل از اینکه ما کار شروع بکنیم باور بکنیم هر صبح هر 5 دقیقه گوشی تدیدش از بچیم مکتب که رفتی کلیکنو رو بسته کن دروازه رو خوب حواست باشه که بسته باشه یه سعی کن که اجاق باز گل باشه چیزی چالان نباشه باز 5 دقیقه دیگه زنگ میزنه مکتب رفتی داخل یخچال بر دیشب سالات جور کردم ببری حتما یاد نره گوش نمونی امروز در مکتب باز دقیقه هوا یکم داره سرد است امروز جمپر آمپر بپوشی باز ما ولد دل خود گفتم خوش تو که خورد است والا چی یک پدری داره نام خدا آفرینش حواسش هست و امروزش پرسان کردم گفتم چند سالش است بچه میگه 14 سال یعنی شاخ در آورد باز کم داره 4 سدیم گفتم خدایا ما هم 14 ساله بودیم سعی کن ما چی روزی میکشیدیم صبح تا چاش تا میرفتیم مکتب در پالوی مکتب بعد چاش میرفتیم سر کار تمام دلخوشی ما در 3 ماه تعطیلات تابستانی بود که او هم شروع نشده ما روان میکرد تا بنی 3 ماه تعطیلات تابستانی نصف شهر که پرند ما جور میکردیم زنگ میزدیم قبل از اینکه مکتب شروع شه زنگ میزدیم ولی که پدر ما میم خانه اینا مکتب شروع میشه که ما برو کتاب نو بگیریم جوابش بود که تا روز آخر اونجا صبر کن کتاب خرج اضافه چی میکنی بچه خالد امسال کلاس 5 میره از کتابای از استفاده کن
دلم گرفت از آسمون
$1 million in 1994 today is $2.1 million. In other words, if you want to have the same spending power as a millionaire 30 years ago, then you'll need over $2 million now. This is because of inflation, and before you know it, it will have devalued half the money sat in your bank account. But it gets worse. In 1994, the average home was $154,000. Today, the average home is $513,000. That's a 232% increase. However, salaries have only increased by 168%. This means it's getting harder and harder to become rich, as while your money is becoming less and less valuable, everything you want to buy is getting even more expensive. $1 million in 9
خدا توی قرآن گفته هر جایی که به شما ظلم شد هجرت کنید. و تو انجیل هم بهشون میگفتی به من ویزا بده. کجا بریم الان؟
What the fuck?
The Prophet ﷺ said a man will speak a word and not give any consideration to it, and it will drag him in the hellfire. That word, لا يلقي لها بالا.
How does computer memory work? Think of computer memory as really being driven by a whole bunch of switches that can either be turned.
And it goes like this.
If you want to be mentally strong, you have to tell your brain what you want. This is the #1 principle I give my patients and I tell myself. You have to tell the front part of your brain that's involved, focus, forethought, judgment, impulse, control. You have to tell it what you want. What kind of person do you want to be? What kind of children do you want to raise? And I have an exercise.
I need investment for my...
If you want to be one piece of paper, write it out. What do you want in your relationships? For your work, for your money, for your physical, emotional, and spiritual health.
Online fashion stuff.
What is something you worry about?
Money. All the time. I just want to eat a nice meal and hang out with my friends and not have to stress about, is this going to ruin me financially if I buy a $13 burger? I moved here to be a stand-up comedian. I've been doing it for about 4 years. I moved here with $2,000, no job, no plan, had no friends. I was bombing at all the open mics. I didn't have a stable living situation. I was sleeping at my job that I work at, and then I would come here to McCarran Park and hammock at 6 a.m. in the morning before anyone came to work. And thank God for hammocks. That kept my dignity. Guy sleeping on the ground, homeless. Guy in a hammock, that's just a chill guy. You know, that guy's not crying in there. I got another job. The money came in. I managed to, put some clothes on my back, get some food, and